25th, 1616, a Dutch ship, the Endracht, came across the coast of a long, narrow, uncharted island, surrounded on many sides by huge cliffs and pounded by massive swells. The captain of this ship, Dirk Hartog, landed on the island to see what the strange island had to offer. There was not a lot of anything that the Dutchman was used to seeing, just low-lying scrub, reptiles, and weird hopping animals. Fast forward 400 odd years, and this remote part of Western Australia is now known as an awesome four-wheel drive and camping destination. Named after Dirk Hartog himself, Dirk Hartog Island is about 900 kilometres north of Perth. It's the most westerly point of Australia and forms the edge of Shark Bay World Heritage Area. It's remote, just getting here by car is an exercise in itself. Whilst often compared to Fraser Island on the east coast, DHI is way more remote and difficult to get to. However, like Fraser Island, the only way to get a car to DHI is by barge, which lands right on the beach. You basically time the swells enough to drive the car up and onto the barge. This takes a bit of coordination from both the barge skipper and the car driver, made even more interesting with a trailer. The barge lands on the southern point of DHI at Cape Razinet. You need to back off onto the beach until you're out of the soft sand, then take off from there. It takes a bit of nerve, but it really is pretty easy. To give you an idea of the geography and how best to plan your travels around the island, Cape Inscription is pretty much the most northerly point, and about 85 kilometres from where the barge drops you off on the most southerly point. DHI has no made roads, just 4x4 tracks, so 85 kilometres takes about 4 hours of driving across rough corrugated tracks, sand dunes, following star pickets and dodging wildlife to get there. At Cape Inscription you'll find the lighthouse. Built in 1910, it's still in use today, although now fully automated. The old keeper's quarters looks out on the turquoise waters of Turtle Bay. You can poke around there for ages, watching the stunning views or reading the old graffiti from the 1930s etched into the keeper's walls. On the west side of the island, Mystery Beach and Coin Head are worth the time to visit. Careful heading into Mystery Beach though, as the track is littered with sharp rocks that have claimed many a tyre. Coin Head actually forms part of the Zeitdorf Cliffs that continues along the mainland all the way up near Kalbarri. The cliffs are over 100 metres high and constantly pounded by heavy seas. These cliffs start to lessen the further north you go, and by Urchin Point the cliffs give way to low rock shelves ideal to fish off. The southern part of the island is also well worth a look. Not far from Cape Razinet, pounding oceans have carved out huge blowholes into the rough cliffs. When the seas are running and the winds are blowing the right way, these blowholes are truly impressive, with the water being shot high into the sky accompanied by deafening roars as the wind and water is forced through the narrow holes carved out by nature herself. The West Australian government took over management of the island in around 2013 or so, and went around restoring DHI back to what it may have been like in 1616. The aim was to eradicate all feral animals, cats, goats and sheep mainly, and reintroduce native species from surrounding islands that were lost. Cats were the biggest problem. To get rid of them, the island was split into two, with an electrified cat-proof fence, enabling the Department of Wildlife to concentrate on eradicating smaller sections at a time. It took a few years, but DHI was declared feral animal free in 2018. Once they were gone, populations of rufous hair wallabies and bandicoots from neighbouring islands that had never had cats on them were reintroduced to the island. These populations, along with reptiles and birds, are doing very well. So all in all, DHI is an epic destination, well worth the trouble to get to. It's not easy to get to, and you have to be totally self-sufficient once you're there. And the cost of getting the ferry over is not trivial either. However, if adventure is your thing, and you have a well set up four-wheel drive and off-road camper, this trip will definitely be one you'll be dining out on for years to come.